the digestion of rabbit. So my name is Narifah Husna binti Muhammad Siddiq and my matric number is 182118.
My name is Tan Sok Ying. My matric number is 181550.
Yeah, we know you. Please.
Hello, my name is Digestive. My matric is 1814.
Hi, I'm Tia Tantin Damrajin, matrix number 182127. My name is Chu Zin Shi, matrix number is 185140.
And my name is Amal Najmi Izzuddin bin Jamaluddin, 185143.
So basically we know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So we'll start with whoever wants to volunteer first.
Oh, now talking about the digestion of the carrot in rabbits. Firstly, we need to understand what does carrot made out of. The chemical composition of the carrot. Firstly, there is moisture, right? The moisture content of carrot varies from 86% to 89%. It's quite a lot. Majority of the carrot is water, the moisture. H2O. Okay. Carrots are good sources of carbohydrates and minerals like calcium, phosphorus, iron, and magnesium. The chemical constituent of carrot as moisture, which is 86%, and content of 0.9% protein, 0.2% of fat, 10.6% of carbohydrate, 1.2% of crude fiber, total ash 1.1%, 80 mg per 100 gram of calcium, 2.2 mg per 100 gram of iron, and 53 mg per 100 gram of phosphorus. Yeah, so you know exactly what makes out of
Okay, one
carrot.
question. When this carrot is consumed by the rabbit, is it all the percentage of those nutrients are also being absorbed?
This is a very good question, and then we will need to listen later for this digestion part. Yeah, but
That
we
is my
will.
part.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay, but we will focus on the digestible and non-digestible carbohydrate,
Okay.
which is the sugar and also fiber. So continue with my carrot chemical composition. The edible portion of carrots contain about 10% carbohydrates, having soluble carbohydrate ranging from 6.6 to 7.7 gram per 100 gram, and protein from 0.8 to 1.1 gram per 100 gram in 4 carat Kaliwa. Kaliwa, just in case you don't know, Kaliwa is like mixed species in breeding. The breed in plant, yeah, different Kaliwa. The soluble carbohydrates include reducing sugar, non-reducing sugar, and total sugar in the Kaliwas of carrot. The reducing sugar is also a digestible sugar. It will give energy. It accounts for 6 to 32% of free sugar in 4 hybrid varieties of carrot. The free sugar identified are sucrose, glucose, cellulose, and fructose. All of these sugar structure we learned in our biochemistry class, right? Yeah. So the crude fiber, which is the indigestible carbohydrate in carrot roots, consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin respectively. And the cellulose content in 4 carrot varieties vary from 35 to 48%. The average nitrate and nitrate content in fresh carrot have been 40 and 0.41 mg per 100 gram respectively. The taste of carrot is mainly due to the presence of good glutamic acid and the buffering action of free amino acid. Trace amount of succinic acid, alpha-ketoglutarate acid, lactic acid, and glycolactic acid has been also recorded. But as we said just now, today our discussion will mainly focus on the digestion of the carbohydrate and the digestible and the indigestible, soluble and non-soluble carbohydrate through the digestive tract of the rabbit.
So now I want to talk about digestive system.
This is system of
Rabbit.
Yes.
So rabbit basically is consuming like carrot, vegetable, all the fibrous thing, right? So rabbit itself has digestive system that are designed uniquely to consume large amount of plant material. And their digestive system is designed to break down fiber into the nutrients to their body, for their body to absorb. So rabbit have a really interesting eating behavior. That is, they will reconsume the poo, right? They will reconsume their pieces for the further absorption of the nutrients. So there are mainly three main functions in the digestive system. First of all is to digest and absorption of the nutrients, like basically just like the name. And then secondly is the protection from the bacteria or toxin from the food. And the third is the removal of the waste.
Waste.
Okay. So now I want to talk about the component of digestive system. First, to start from the mouth, the rabbit will use the lip to grab the food, and then the food will be passes into the mouth to the teeth, and the teeth will green the food. And then when it green and cut, the food will become pieces, smaller pieces for better digestion. Okay, there will be a saliva in the rabbit mouth. So this saliva is used for the lubrication of the food compound, the food particle just now into the small particle already, right? And then it's also help in the movement of the food into the gastrointestinal tract. Next, after going to the mouth, the food particle, just now the small particles will all moving toward into the esophagus. So this is intestine. This is actually a tube that will transfer the food into the stomach. So in here there will be the peristalsis process, pushes food down.
What is peristalsis process?
The movement.
Yeah, it's a dish like it's a
Contraction.
and ejection.
Peristaltic.
Okay.
So I want. Can you finish?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk about what happened when the food entered the stomach. So in stomach there's enzymes, and what do enzymes do?
To break down a food particle into smaller pieces, also called hydrolysis.
Okay,
Yeah.
even better.
Yes.
So enzymes will do their work to break down the food particles, and then the food particles will be transformed into
Nutrient.
yeah, chyme.
Chyme.
Right.
C.
CHYME, like the mushy,
The paste of
the paste of the either or none, you just consume. Okay. And then the chyme will move into the small intestine, and the small intestine is divided into three sections, which are the duodenum, and ileum. Here, numerous enzymes are available, such as proteolytic enzymes, lipolytic enzymes which digest fats, and amylolytic enzymes which digest starch. Okay. These enzymes that I just said earlier can be found in the duodenum, and in the duodenum, the nutrients like amino acids, glucose, and whatnot will be absorbed, and in the ileum, nutrients like vitamin B will be absorbed. And then next, the process will move into the large intestine, and also the cecum, because we are talking about rabbits, and rabbits have cecum. The food will be broken down further. Primarily, the soluble fiber and protein will move into the cecum, which is like a large blind sac, and then quantities of bacteria and microorganisms live in the cecum, and they will ferment and digest the material that passes into the cycle, which is the food that the rabbits consume, and we use it to produce their own. And you know, the nutrients, the fruit that is consumed will be used to produce their own cells, proteins, and also to produce vitamins. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to add more in synthesis and in-class information about digestion in rabbit. Okay. As you know, rabbit is herbivore, right? So, in our class, our teacher said when you consume meat, you no need to take other supplements. So, as a herbivore, it needs more energy. So, it needs to eat a lot to compensate that energy consumption. So these rabbits, they have a unique digestive system, as our friends say, and I will be talking in a more complex manner of this digestive system. First, it will start with
Lecture first.
no, it's not lecture. Complex.
Every discussion is lecture. So for next week, I'm giving lecture.
Today, yes, is lecture Pia Tarshini.
No, it's not that complex like last week lah.
Last week is
Probably simpler,
Yeah, it is simpler.
but still we will take our time.
And
Pause. Pause.
It's first, it will start with mouth, right? As our friends say, the rabbit will use the upper lip, which is known as prehensile lips. Yeah, the lips. It will use the lip to grab the plant.
Parents will imagine.
And
You can try later in your dinner.
No. Then the front lip, right? It is called incisors. These incisors, as you know, the rabbit will have the big teeth in front, and the long
Just
one.
like mine.
No, it's not.
I mean, mine is more prominent.
Just like mine, just like mine.
Mine. Okay.
Okay, come back.
Rabbit's incisors, it will grow as it ages, not like ours, right? So it needs to keep on eating on something so that the friction will cause
Okay.
the thing to be short. Like the
What if it wasn't grinded?
And it will be long.
And then photos on Google.
Yeah,
And then they will grow abscess.
It's
Abscess. And then their nose will have discharge. Because last time during my practical, my doctor consult exotic animals, including rabbits. It's a very common problem.
actually I just got to know rabbits included in exotic animals.
No, you know. Yeah, it's
You heard
rabbits are exotic animals.
Yes,
Yes, rabbits exotic animal. They get classified under exotic animal. It is not small animal is cat and dogs. Others ferrets, sugar glider. And that one hedgehog also. Even turtle, tortoise.
Also exotic.
Tortoise, hierarchy,
What's so exotic about it?
I'm not sure,
The
but
origin.
Europe.
Why?
origin of
You will
rabbits
know this
Europe,
when you
not from
go to
Malaysia.
second year. Doctor, thank you. Yeah,
Why we are talking about you?
we are best students.
Yeah, we connected.
Have you have this?
Okay. Then the food. Okay, first it will use the incisor and eat it. I mean, grind it into small pieces. Okay. Then then it will pass this food to the molar teeth, which is the behind teeth.
Like our teeth.
Yeah, like our teeth, it will pass to the behind teeth, and it will chew more and more, and it will chew for 300 cycles.
That is
Assaulted. Yeah, 300 cycles side to side, 300 here, 300 here.
The total really fast. I had a rabbit once in Putra. Okay, I can't do that. Too fast.
Okay, then only they will swallow it. After that 300 cycles, I think 600 cycles. Then, because this plant material is really coarse and abrasive, so this rabbit, they need to grind so that it can be easily digested. And this nibbling and the grinding action of this teeth will keep their teeth warm, and also this helps the calcium to keep, and it will reduce the calcium level so that the teeth won't grow longer. That's why they chew more. And okay, then the primary function of this premolar is to grind small particles to allow to be swallowed. The first one, it won't grind that smaller. The behind one will grind even smaller. then it will pass the asparagus as the wave-like structure. Then we will go to the stomach. Okay. At first, the stomach, usually it will start to digest at the dawn only. It won't digest at the time on. It's really unique.
Why is that?
Breaking dawn.
Where the dawn is breaking.
Yeah,
They need to consume those poops.
at night, yes.
Why?
Because they will take the nutrients from the foods.
Yes, at that time it's not poop, it's called
Feed.
sea cocho.
Oh.
Sea
I will explain it.
The one.
Okay, the sea cocho will be moist at night. So that's
Usually they will eat it at night, right?
Yeah. That's why they eat it at night, because at that time the sea cocho is moist.
Oh, if morning, if in the hot under the hot sun, it would be too hard to.
So
Right.
it's not
Right.
like digest.
Just imagine
I
you,
prefer
just imagine you eating. Okay, don't imagine.
Okay, that's too much.
Means the food is digested during the dawn.
Dawn. Yeah.
And then expel at the dawn also.
Yeah.
For the first time.
For
After
the second time.
it's only one time.
Yeah.
One time. And then it a
It's a
bit.
cycle, right?
So is the
So maybe how long it will be digested?
All night maybe.
Yeah.
So it will be expelled at night. And then it will consume the
Consume like-
normal. The end of cycle. Only once.
Okay, proceed. Yes.
Okay. The primary section of the stomach includes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and pepsin. Because we all know this, so it's not that complex. See, I told you. Okay, mucus is really important.
Okay, we are sorry, the same thing happened to us, but we have technical problem, so I'm very sorry. The memory card suddenly full.
Still fresh then.
It's okay. The flash won't disturb the quality of.
But it's another problem. Yeah. This time it's no memory. Oh, never mind. Let's.
Okay, just we proceed with Pia.
Oh, sorry. Just now, the pH value is really low. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this pH value might affect this lining of the stomach. So this mucus will protect this stomach lining. And we will go to the pepsin. As you all know, pepsin is a proteolytic enzyme. So it will break down the protein inside the stomach. In this stage, since the pH value is really low, the digestion of the cellulose or the glucose will be stopped for a while. And the muscles of the stomach will churn and mix the stomach secretion until it will create a mixture called chyme, as of that. Suggested, not suggested, told. Or it is also known as digestive. Yeah, digestive. And this time it will pass into the small intestine, and this small intestine is regulated by the pyloric sphincter. And the small intestine has major digestion process and absorption as well. And this small intestine is divided into three: duodenum, and ileum. And the first section is the duodenum, and the buffer is secreted from the pancreas into the small intestine to increase the pH value back so that the digestion of the glucose and cellulose will occur. And this also will neutralize the chyme because it is really acidic. And variety of enzyme will be secreted into the small intestine such as proteolytic enzyme, lipolytic enzyme which is fat digesting enzyme, and the amylolytic enzyme which is the starch digesting enzyme. And the second one is the duodenum, is the middle section of the small intestine. Many nutrients such as amino acid, fatty acid, glucose and are absorbed there. And the last section is the ileum. And this remaining digestive nutrient will be absorbed in the ileum, especially vitamin B, what I said before. Okay, next we proceed with
For the digestion of fiber in the cecum, I will try to explain it simplest way because I don't want to be a lecturer today.
I already have one.
You are very enlightened.
Okay, the rabbit is probably the best known example of cecum fermenter. The hindgut of the rabbit functions to excrete fiber and retain the non-fiber component of carrot for fermentation in the cecum. So in the cecum, a colony of special bacteria, the cecum microflora, ferment the digestive fiber, breaking it down to release the stored nutrients in the carrots. So the cecum can absorb some of the nutrients, but most of the nutrients need to go back through the small intestine to be absorbed. This separation is accomplished by muscular activity of the proximal colon. The fiber particles being larger and less dense than the non-fiber components tend to be concentrated in the lumen of the colon. The fluids and materials of small particles tends to be concentrated at the periphery of the colon. The digestive strategy of rabbit is to minimize the digestion of fiber and to concentrate on the digestion of non-fiber constituents. Thus, the digestibility of the fiber in rabbit is very low. An additional refinement of the digestive strategy is that the intervals of the cecum contents are digested by the animals. After the colon is empty of hard cecum pellets, consisting primarily of fiber, the cecum contracts and cecum material covers with a mucilaginous membrane. This
What?
Are you
No, bro, just pronounce it again.
I think like for the what I
Google,
no,
yeah,
I have a dictionary.
mucilaginous membrane.
Just proceed.
The material also known as where is it? After the colon is emptied of hard fecal pellets that consisting primarily of fiber, the cecum contracts and the cecum material covered with a mucilaginous membrane. If I will explain it,
That it is covered with mucus.
this material is also known as
Psychotrope. Psychotropes.
They're considerably from the anus and the microbial protein and obtaining microbially synthesized vitamins.
Okay. Okay, that's all from Lisa, not from me. So for my part, I will explain the product absorption and utilization, which is after the fermentation. The objective of those fermentation are to produce what we call as VFA. What is VFA, guys? Okay, thank you. So volatile fatty acid are produced by the microbial activity. So this is occur after the fermentation in the cecum by the microbes. So the fermentation in the cecum will give an increase in microbial biomass and production of this VFA. So in a rabbit which fed on alfalfa or maize diet, the acetate, which is the primary volatile fatty acid, the VFA, produced by the microbes, but with more butyrate than the propionate compared to human.
Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
How about rabbit? How about carrot?
Okay.
Just now you said alfalfa and hay. Is carrot included?
No. This is for maize diet. We will see the comparison between the starch-based diet, which is the carrot, and also forage diet. So actually, the starch-based diet are producing more nutrients, the microbial protein, than forage diet. So the microbes in the rabbit cecums produce more BFA on starch-based diet than on forage diet. See now?
I
Okay, so which may be linked with the efficiency of microbial growth rather than difference in total parameter digestion by fermentation. So the meaning of this sentence is actually the microbial growth in starch-based diet, which is the carrot, more effectively than we produce more BFA than the forage diet. So in any fermentative system, BFA production and microbial growth are linked. So the energy for this microbial growth is provided by ATP, which is provided by the carbohydrate and protein, and the BFA just now that was named by you guys. So the end product of this fermentation, I will not go detail to how the fermentation is. So the end product of the fermentation in the rabbit cecum, so will be richer in cells, therefore in protein, which means the bacteria are 50, the microbes are 50 to 60% have more protein than in the case for human fermentation. So the BFA production, which is the estate in rabbits, are higher by 50 to 60% of protein than the fermentation in human. So this potentially rich source of essential amino acid is then made available to rabbit. So this is the source of amino acid protein for the rabbit. So after the absorption, after the production of the protein, after the fermentation, so we are going to the utilization of those protein and also starch. So the utilization of protein, as we know, for the growth, and also in this case for the microbial growth. So the majority of microbial protein, which is the protein that produced by the microbes, are utilized by the animal and digested in the stomach once the cyclotron disintegrates. So cyclotron is the soft level. So after it disintegrates, the protein will be digested in the stomach. So the low apparent utilization of microbial protein may be caused by diarrhea. Urea is recycled by the rabbit large intestine. The manner similar to that occurring in the human. So the excess urea will be recycled in the large intestine. So if there is an excess of the urea, it will be converted to ammonia in the gut. So this excess will actually eventually lead to ammonia toxicity. So that is for utilization of protein. And what has happened when this protein is in excess? So the next one is utilization of starch. So utilization of starch, starch is a source of energy, right? So this energy will come back to the microbes in the cecums. So the rapid digestion of starch that could lead to a much lower microbial cell yield in starch fermentation in the cecum of concentrate feed as compared to forage fed rabbit. So the rapid digestion of starch will provide energy for the microbes in the cecum, which is in the concentrate fat rather than in the forage fat. So I think that's all for utilization of protein and utilization of starch.
I would like to add something. The word that Lisa said just now is actually mucilaginous.
Okay, that what does
It
it
means
mean?
it means thick or viscid or related to mucilage. Mucilage is a gelatinous substance of various plants such as legumes or seaweeds that contains protein and polysaccharides and is similar to plant gums. So, yeah.
Cool. So there we are. So we know what is the composition of the carrot. What is in carrot? So the digestion of the rabbit itself. What is so unique about this digestion, and where does the product goes, the fermentation and so on, and then the utilization, the product absorption, and also the utilization of those protein and starch. So that's all from us for LAX.
2027 group
Good, so-
5.
No,
Group
number
5,
4.
next number 4.
LAX number
Okay.
4.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all from us.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Sorry for the time. Okay.